Family Leonardo, me Nasila did on multimedia, the CEO voice of Salone. Today I come for talk to now, my family, make una continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share to our friends them. As we always try to bring on the latest news what they happen around Salone, whether it be politics or any other news them, what they happen or gossip, what they bring out to una live and direct. So please, my family, don't forget to subscribe and share to our friends them. You wanna touch the bell icon so that you don't miss any video we will try for bring out to una. So that's also we want make una don't forget also for subscribe to we TikTok channel on TikTok and also on Facebook or Facebook page or the Voice of Salone or also the on Instagram Voice of Salone. Please family, and don't forget to share. Okay, thank you now. Tata.
Good day to all Salone. Whatever we say today, me will talk to the APC Malika the duplicate. The current chairman of the Council of APC Media Bloggers both home and abroad. Today, the 4th of January 2026. Today, I get two important messages we are the gate to every Sierra Leonean both home and abroad. Today, my first message, I talk about the implementation, actionable of the tripartite, and also address Mr. Bitumani, aka Cocaine Tramadol KUSH Bu MCC, Blackout Minister, Propaganda, Constitutional Overtruth, Ministers of Blackout Jack Rolls and Pabio, Cocaine Tramadol KUSH Guy, UAD, now we Bakang Misgod. But all the dust and status, they end up nail the MCC with electric nail. Gay condition towards the MCC, eligibility benchmark, that na electric nail them pass towards the MCC. To achieve justice accountability, that now the condition towards the MCC, towards the full implementation of the tripartite recommendation, actionable and implementable, and also address the so-called unprogressive leader growth of the APC, traitors of democracy, traitors of Sierra Leone, traitors of the All People's Congress Party, operatives of MCC, Iklante, aka Anes Bekuma, new blogger in town, Cocaine Boys, headed by MINKAILU Obate, Tramadol, Cocaine, Lati, LANSANA, Brigade, KUSH, DUMBUYA, immigration lawyer, and others. And also address the so-called Agenda 20 idiot, and also educate supporters of the so-called Agenda 20 idiot on progressive leader growth of the APC and Iklante. We all don't see voting happening na Venezuela. So I educate you that you are the so-called full supporters of the Agenda 20 idiot, and also address the so-called bloggers of Iklante on progressive leader growth of the APC, Agenda 20 idiot. I will come educate them again, and also talk to the international community towards the freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, where it's supposed to be in Sierra Leone, where the so-called unprogressive leader growth of the APC, Agenda 20 idiot, Iklante, and also Bu MCC, we then go and arrest Mohamed Moriba Nabu. I will come and talk about that one day. And again, I will talk about the things we happen in Venezuela. Make Sierra Leoneans we the support Agenda 20 idiot we full, make them compare. For tell una say what in happen in Sierra Leone, a big pass what happen in Venezuela. But at the end of the day, then give sanity in Venezuela. I will come and talk about that side. And when I get for listing what in happen in Venezuela, how they do. So Sierra Leoneans, I will come and talk about Venezuela. And also the educate the SLPP pauper supporters. I report blame inside the school. Remove the sheet with the inside the school. Rest of him inside the school. Bodio ne ne ne, bodio ne ne ne, ne 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 ne. Deda come the road about come. Deda come the road about come. Obotine, what about the one? About the one, what about the ediflam, ordinance, holiness, before I talk about the implementation, actionable of the tripartite, and also talk about Venezuela, and also talk about the arrest of Mohamed Moriba, Bo District Chairman, Bo District PRO. I will come and talk about the arrest. For Teuna see the one day when they talk about freedom of speech, especially the Agenda 20 idiot, where they go and talk about say, oh, 2028, when I don't see voting don't the happy for tell say there is no freedom of speech. What I will come and talk about. I will gun themselves as all people's committee. Today, the member, we own member as an APC representative Nabo district as a PRO. As I talk to now, they don't arrest them yesterday for the freedom of speech, for the talk where you talk, for the people of Sierra Leone. Now that makes today and Bio and the so-called APC, we then connive say they no one foresee we progress one, they no one foresee we life one, because the progress all for generation yet unborn. Now today the target we for kitch we all. So I call on every blogger, make you be careful. Every blogger, make you be careful, right? And the good things is that when we don't know now say now all Muhammad Moriba. We don't sabi, we don't say now all for anything we go good and it then I host embele no art, in foot no art, in head no art, nothing no art panam. So if you in foot art, in head art, embele art, totally entirely, we go no say we don't get injection or we don't get any other thing. So now put and clear to the international community that say the old Muhammad Moriba in foot no art, the old Muhammad Moriba in head no art, the old Muhammad Moriba in embele no art, the old Muhammad Moriba none of him part no art. None of him part no art. So for any of him pathway art, trust me, then for do check up, then find out whose kind of drugs or whose kind of things would they put in their body. Right? So we do call on the international community. Now we Sierra Leoneans who don't take so many patients, any kind of weird water we don't patient. They do this, they do this. Now so mother will be telling we say, if we at all we don't want them, let we go to the ballot box. Right? And we don't do all it can't. Every what he asks we, let we go to the ballot box. Who go there? We vote out today, but all who vote out back again, then connive with the APC, then grip the election. They say we Sierra Leoneans will not deserve better. But today, we are the voice of the voiceless, the voice of the masses. We don't can't today for tell them say no. This not a business as usual. This nothing where they say when Sierra Leoneans win, therefore deserve the winning. They forget the winning. But today, we don't be targeted to the All People's Congress Party. We don't be targeted to the Agenda 20 idiot. We don't be targeted to the SLPP pauper and propaganda. We don't be targeted to the one them way they destroy the democracy. We don't be targeted to the one them way they towards your self-interest. We don't be targeted today. So, Sierra Leoneans, I dey pass this information to the United Nations, to the ECOWAS, the Commonwealth. I dey pass this information for make them know SAB that and they don't own a whole blogger, a whole activist, and a member, a representative to the All People's Congress Party as a district PRO. So Sierra Leoneans, I just want to pass this information to the international community. Now, let me come to one of the supporters of the SLPP. One of the supporters of the unprogressive leader goat of the APC. One of the supporters of LANTH. One of the supporters of Agenda 20 idiot. I address now today. The reason why I dedicate now, the funku they put on aid, una try put that funku there. The cacao we don't doctrine on a system, una try wipe out. The piece we don't go stick now na skull, una try put that una get a proper calorie, so that now go get a sense of reasoning, right? Somebody go say what APC Malika is trying to talk about. Now, what in happen in Venezuela? Now the same thing happen in Sierra Leone, and mind you. What happened at Sierra Leone, it passed what happened at Venezuela. Somebody will say, why them go focus on Venezuela first, they left Sierra Leone. Now, let me tell you one thing. This guy, they have been doing a monitor for so long before Mother they can't catch all of the things here. That's the beginning of power. Election all day too, but don't know they monitor them. They have been don't send people them na that river there. That means Venezuela river. They be don't send between Venezuela to the international water. They be don't send people who they monitor them. Where they be doing the day for complete 6 months inside Venezuela. Right? Where the election must start to for monitor all of them things here. Right? At the end of the day, when Maduro can conduct election, he lost the election. He lost some. What you do? Now he tipped the election because I get police. He tipped the election because I get soldier. He tipped the election because I get civil society. That's so he do. He tipped the election because of I get all of the institutions. Right? But at the end of the day, Venezuela, then you own the opposition not join the ruling. Right? And most of the people waiting at the ruling not so much happy to what in Maduro they do. So you don't see what he make them just go at a quick, then go remove her. And even when that happens, they're not going to quick advice upon advice, message upon message, text upon text, call upon call, dialogue upon dialogue, talk upon talk to them, do all kind of things. At the end of the day, they say, you know what? Now we pull the opposition. We win, we Maduro want for kill. Now pull her out of Venezuela. And mind you, Venezuela a big part Sierra Leone. Venezuela gets military strength past Sierra Leone far. It even 100 times. That means Venezuela. So if Venezuela will get military strength, they just use 82 soldiers them, not 82,000, 82 soldiers them. When you can't stay 80, you add 2 soldiers them that they go pull one of the president soon. Where the entire country for say they kill that, they destroy that, they make that, they make this, what it calls that diplomacy. So now when they take care this diplomacy, wait, rather they too much get diplomacy, they too much get this. Look how they do now Venezuela. Go take one old president, the entire country, no blood shell, no good. No kill no civilian, no native. For say, Baba, when they ready for go, they get killed from the border them. Say them go, they get killed from the airport. Say them go reach, they don't do nothing. From where see them come on America, the special flight way come on America. I see them come on the way they can execute. We then call it the special soldiers them. We come on America, we are well trained soldiers them. When they come directly Maduro, they go like back. It depends sleeping in wave. That's in the I think it depends fuck better one. At the end of the day, say hey, party, mama, come on, now so now this spam they go load now party motor party flight, right? Now they say pass yes, they go load party flight. So you way they take diplomacy. And now if you take diplomacy as a key priority, and now if you take diplomacy as a tools, as a weapon, right? But when they say diplomacy, when any outside diplomacy don't enter, now blood, want for make you happy that side. You know how many times we might have you don't chuk. You know how many times so the unprogressive leader go to the APC, do the chuk for making no more work come, for making no more trouble come. They don't do all kind of things. Begin to threaten people them, begin to run after people them, begin to catch people them. All that one day na recipe to chaos now for ignite war no more. All of the things they do so. Take this bat in them, take this put under, take this run after them, go do this, go one side, go pass barricade police them, pull police in the street, begin to run after this, begin to be all that one day now for bringing war no more in the country. But because of diplomacy, because of document, they say no, just left this thing. So that's what happened at Venezuela. When they tell Maduro, they give me gang. Hey Maduro, what's not the thing? We want for make you hand over the power to the way we get them. America not for can penetrate to us. First and foremost, they want can't tifui. Hey, I do talk to me so. Trump, I do talk to me so. And make that biggie. And make that baga. At the end of the day, Trump say, you are not talk to you, not fly. He say, what one for catch you. Dog says safe now, you country not die. Dog says safe. Wait for some we see strings I go back. He said that dog safe not go back in the country. America very powerful. Now that same America, they pull $1.5 billion. Can sponsor help for investigate one whole election. Now that they can't see over that they open a cacao, hey, this done and dusted. Hey, all the one that they see that you go and fight for Flabiagasu. I swear to God to this day, now mind game. Ebo, also that they see Ivona Kisoya for making see this one who then call Sampabio, White Fatima Bio for making see he congratulate Ivona Kisoya. He say the supporter, he congratulate I do all kind of can you imagine? You see seriousness panani. Madabio they come, he say other political party they about for the campaign for what you know say you. So when they read up to yourself, they really they show say na mind game. When they want to do anything crazy, then they bring a mind game. Now make we wait in the media. We get for focus. We get for focus so much that then guys say yeah, the mind game what they call so for anything when they want to do something stupid, then they play the mind game, right? So one way they say diplomacy, this that too more diplomacy. Now too more diplomacy they use to have Venezuela. Today Venezuela don't get peace. Today Venezuela don't get democracy. Because you are win, then they get forgive. And America don't plant people that see now they guide the entire process. The president they guide up that woman, right? So you don't see how they go pull up. You see how they go pull up. So Sierra Leoneans una way, especially una way they do big fool. This year I don't say now. This year I don't say now. Now the one that will get military minds past Salone. Where we say this La Biga president herself now, you know what they say, they pedestrian as they pull madam you. We now in the oldest power, now the old part of one day we saw and we ask, right? They say calmly pull madam you, they pull up. I don't go talk about America. We be say military for make somebody come on and country can Salone. Now we military, now they turn bodyguard for open gate for them. Now they can't compare America. They can't take America pull money. They send one old body who them call you know us. And mind you, Venezuela, the one who observe election. Now who are them? Now the Commonwealth. Who are them? Now the European Union. Who are them? Now the Qatar Center. Which Salone? Qatar Center, Commonwealth, European Union. Right? And we get new. And they get the young local observers in the country. They all give the same report say now dispute the 5th election. Likewise, Sierra Leone, all the one they are back again, they condemn the election. It's not happening. Venezuela, they pull the president because of what he embark on drugs. Salone, now we get the most wanted drugs a lot. America, no, they are aware. For that, they not call we on President America for go talk to and towards the peace countries about securities. They not call we on we assaulting. We say in our ECOWAS chairman, they not call them Trump, don't call at all. You don't call at all. You know they take yourself so begin to think that side. Trump don't call at all. You know encourage yourself. Like I know be they encourage Maduro. Now so back you know encourage Maduro. That's why you know encourage them. Today's Sierra Leoneans will not see what happen. Now Venezuela, right? So the same drug system where Trump talk about now Venezuela, the same drug system in Sierra Leone. We get the most wanted drugs lord. Outin, Bralo, Fadelo, and also the all, right? Brodalo, then you Bellu Jones, in border, now drugs dealer. And mind you, the special flights we go catch. Then 2 drugs come and they now who say come on from America. Now America send that flight and we don't day na the place who said they go hold them so and we don't need for complete 2 days. Now America now they send us so. We dem monitor them from Sierra Leone. Now Interpol. Now in monitor from Sierra Leone. I say come out of Sierra Leone. Then go catch with diplomatic passport. Sierra Leone diplomatic passport. Where America dey against drugs. Then go catch people where they sell drugs. People where that killer them. When a terrorist them because for any person where they sell drugs, it dey in a part and parcel of terrorists. So then go catch with a whole diplomatic passport. Where now what are the issue? Now only president get the mandate for issue a diplomatic passport. They go catch with diplomatic passport. They stick your ass back here, they talk, say, hey, is this still here? Mother, you continue. Now, only post we stupid idiot. Now, go think about Mother, you continue. Right? Now, only post we nasty, like, you might to now, you know what you think about that one day. But if you don't know, you know nasty at all. You think about democracy. You think about what happened in Venezuela. You go really know, say, trust me, diplomacy, now water for cure life. Diplomacy, now water for cure life. Right? So now, the same thing. I don't talk about drugs. Now, Venezuela, I talk about drugs, Sierra Leone. You see? Comedy. When he come back again towards the ICC, the Criminal Investigation Department, ICC, International Criminal right Court, when at the ICC, they serve a letter na Sierra Leone to the voting to Madam in caucus. They serve letter to them. For say they want for talk to them, then go talk to them in America. In not happening, they can light the flame of justice. They light the flame of justice, and when they light the flame of justice, it gets a lot of people. They get a lot of package. Now, it go make them can light the flame of justice in the country. No, they light them because of one person. If now only 2 people them no more, then get the right for just can't take the prosecutor. They send Interpol. They send people that they can't pull you. They pull you out of the country. Now somebody go say, na sovereignty, Sierra Leone sovereignty. Now when I go watch it, when I go listing the international law. No country not get a right for go now post in country go take the president Isami pull out of the in country, right? You not get a right, but then they indicate back against something where you the right. Now they say sovereignty. Now you talk to so you can't get a sovereignty. Then they even they penetrate towards the thing where they give the right. One, the International Criminal Court they against drugs system them they where that constitution they against them. If you go against it, they then get the right for can't take you. Like how we get the constitution. The constitution, no book not the way bigger than the constitution. That's Sierra Leone. When it comes to Sierra Leone, but there is a book where supersede the constitution of Sierra Leone. What's one? Now the international treaty is supersede the constitution of your country, the constitution of your country is supersede, because now document will binding between you within the country, the government, and the opposition, and voting, and the international body. So for anything we commodity, then tell you say actionable and implementable. They not tell you say for anything we commodity until the constitution pass the verdict before next we do. They say actionable and implementable shall. That means power, actionable and implementable. So today, when I don't see now, when I don't see the drugs thing that will not happen. So somebody will say, hey, Venezuela, why they go to the quick? They left Salone. Let me tell you one thing. You see, Salone, the opposition don't connive with Madabu, right? And the corruption of that thing, now make them like the blame of justice for catch to the all way evolving towards tampering the democracy, where they towards drugs. And we know say most of them idiot bastard, they are generating idiots. They are like idiot. They are most of it. They embark on drugs. They embark on trouble. Critical things and they embark on. With Madabu, they deal with Madabu. So for making just kind of can pick Madabu, they left the wounded in Sierra Leone. We asking na go affect Samura Kamaga. So what you do, they say no. If we left them wounded there, totally entirely, it go affect Dr. Samura Kamaga. So what we do, we for clear the entire system. So for clear the entire system that the country, it take a time. Dynamic Madabu will tell you, see, for develop system where they be properly, not just 1 year. It say it take a time. So for make sure say system we don't corrupt from 1991, okay, 1996, last talk show, right? Let's say from 1996 till to this time around 1961, from 1961 till to this time around, right? All that they unlucky, you think that we don't happen. Coming to Madabu inside, right? All the things that we don't happen. The one way evolve, tampering of democracy, right? The one way for ban towards politics, able. If you do not get all of them things and they don't get that, you just can't take no more Madabu anywhere. How would I want to feel? How would I go feel? Corruption go down? No, you know the wrong. Where and it's come out totally entirely now because of the wound, because of the penda where and it's left with them bad politicians there with right? Where they with the bad politicians. Now I make that penda the 30 day the cabinet, 30 day the grow because of a left penda we not get medicine. And because of that penda, they not get medicine. Now so the cabinet, now so the rotting, now so the smell. One that smell the international community try for clean. Now I make it cleaner. And when they clean and I make they say, you don't take now. You don't take. But Venezuela, they tell they not expect say for pull Maduro. Before they clean, they don't pull Maduro. So tell me now about the diplomacy where they play now Venezuela. Come force, then send force, people then force, they begin send drone them, they begin send ship. Cut across the Venezuela axis, then begin to they begin survey, send people, CIA, if that's what they call them. Right? Investigation team then send right inside Venezuela. They begin to penetrate to the security sectors. Right? At the end of the day, Maduro is shocked. One of the safest side inside Venezuela. Now they go pull Maduro. One of the safest side where we say nothing no go spoil. Nobody no go able to pull up from that side there. What would the life they go for the life the way they go? If they say them pull Maduro, yanda, the kind of life the way they go, it don't go funny. Then go kill it. If they say no more past Maduro, then pull out the analyze. But they're not even allowed for make escape go to any other country. I say, they say Calodia. I say, you know what to make that diplomacy. So now that make Uzu Madabu, you feel say smart. You Fatima Bio, una feel say una smart, especially una the SLPP, so get them. Una feel say una smart. But the international partner smart persona, they don't do everything we go show, right? Just Salone and Sojani. Now they would have been talking to, hey, breathe of this, that, November, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Just set for people that will not to America, they enter inside State House. Go take Goldie, right? According to that, enter the other institutions. Enter, we said for enter. I'm not going to talk about America. We get all kind of powerful tools, right? So now this will always tell you now. When I get for very be careful. Hand over the power. We not to you get them. Hand over to the way get them. The people of Sierra Leone don't make up the interest. See, Dr. Samura Kamara na able to service the problem of economy. Right now, you be telling we. He say, let we not demonstrate. Let we not protest. Let we not come out. Let we not do nothing. Let we wait for you at the ballot box. If you don't need you at all, Lord vote you out. Now you talk. The people of Sierra Leone patient, wasting time. We go vote. We turn up na the queue. I mean, the for go register. After we don't register, 250,000 voters. We pull them na the list. Sierra Leoneans are not fit. They not take stick. They not do nothing. Then come back again and say, okay, until they don't pull, we colleagues them. Well, we only don't pull. Now we come massively go vote. Sierra Leoneans go back again and go vote. But all the thief, Dr. Samuel Kamara get 70.2% of the RFM. When they calculate that one, they get 57.15%. You see the clear winning. But all the way don't pull, you don't do everything. If you from a left for that January, that for telling you Dr. Samuel Kamara forget 80% of the vote. If you don't get 80%, why you maybe you go don't get 19, why the other political party, or you go don't get 15, the other political party and get the half, right? Get the half, right? But at the end of the day, look at the way how it was Sierra Leone thief the election. Now today, the same thing would tell you, the same thing would do na Venezuela, na you do na Sierra Leone, and I saw them get for you, right? This left Fatima Biu talk to you lay hand over the power, lay give the power. When I mark this word today, the 4th of January 2026, right? Fatima Biu, I call you 3 times. Warn you, man. Talk to you, man. Force you, man. SLPP supporters, SLPP members, SLPP party card carrier. When I talk to Madabiu, this fete, na sansan about it, you know go able now sansan about it. When I talk to him, the preparation where they don't set up for make America watch you, them put you among the list where them ban. That for tell you we clearly say them prepare for Salone. For make them put we people that we don't married, they say they married what called green card holder. They put you among they say what in with the among that side. They say we not drugs people there. We not that. And Trump don't talk clear say they against countries where they for drugs. They against them countries and they can't put we Salone under the red zone, not to even yellow, not to even blue, but under the red zone. Now they don't go put Sierra Leone. So US don't where you aid is still block well open up. Take key, let go open up. Right? Take that key, let open up. So now that make her talk to you, Fatima Biu. If you don't talk to you man, now England, tell us say where will you go to go let go over. But yet they make guys because of England tell us say, hey no, I will protect you. Would them ban Salone so England protects you? Would them ban we na America so England protect you? When they can light the flame of justice, Eklan to get up power for see when they don't light them, but they made the hot time. They get up power. Eklan to get up power. But all the things all they meet you, all the meeting all the old with you, where they don't tell you the hard fact. And mind you, for any time when the European Union talk to you, remember say America know all what they commodity because now they send them. Mind you, for anything where Commonwealth talk to you, remember say America know everything what they commodity because now they send them. For anything where ECOWAS himself talk to you, send body talk to you. Remember, say America, now you do all of them things a day. You know what? Now you do all of them things a day. United Nations, now you do all of them things a day. So I want to make you understand this today. So if when I don't see what happen now Venezuela, so I could just play certain thing for make people to understand exactly. For tell when I say, hey, America, what they ready? No, they play with. No, they play with coach. So I want for me to list in this year for yeah.
Soon face the full might of American justice and stand trial on American soil. Right now, they're on a ship. They'll be heading to ultimately New York, and then a decision will be made, I assume, between New York and Miami or Florida.
Yeah. The decision they make between the New York and New York soldiers them. The decision they make. And all the decisions they make, trust me, they make use of them. No.
But we have people where the overwhelming evidence of their crimes will be presented in a court of law.
Yeah. Then get people where they get evidence of crime where they present na the court of International Court of Justice. They get evidence, they get get all of them things a day. Where they don't present to them, where they are in custody. For make Trump come and say,
For every country we embark on drugs, it will enter another country. Salone, we hear the most wanted drugs lord. You expect Salone go left them. The chief election. You expect that one day? Crime against humanity all day, right? Human rights abuse all around the day, right? They will say, oh, they go make this 2028 agenda 20. The world where they sponsor election first, you know, they ever see self right now, they think about Salone for going to election. By then, they are. By then, they are. You go to see different donor partners them. Who that they for can engage? Who that they for can make this? Who that they for go this? IMF the supply. This that they go so. World Bank they do this. This they go that. Blah blah blah. Waka do all kind of things. Una they see the momentum. But for every talk when talk with Madam you June 24, 2023. For any talk when talk with APC June 24, 2023. For any talk when talk with the surrogates them where them call the civil society, soldier, police. Now June 24, 2023. No ever. Make them count one record where one diplomatic somebody just can't say no more. To make and they tell you that one they see. Well, we can't talk to now for 2028. Many can't tell you that one, right? Even who say they want misquote themselves, they say, do you? That means do you think that 2028 is far? Do you think if you not said to this one, you think say what he fed for so he far now? You think that one day? So you see the language, when them play with the language, but if you say we don't novice them, we even those who we don't go to school, but if you say we don't understand what to go on, we not sabi. So now when they say, do you think 2028 is far? Then go outside the flop, they say, no, the diplomatic people they say 2028. So it's that's how we continue. Yeah.
And I've seen it. I've seen what we have. It's both horrible and breathtaking that something like this could have been allowed to take place. For many years after his term as president of Venezuela.
Yeah. This thing they be done ready for take this thing for many years. They be done ready for do what you do so. But you know, they be the patient, right? Diplomatic upon diplomatic, do all kind thing. Diplomacy upon diplomacy, do all kind thing.
Fired Maduro remained in power and waged a ceaseless campaign of violence, terror, and subversion against the United States of America.
Yeah. And they campaign with violence. They campaign with different things, right? Where they against the principle of United States. They do all of them things that they
threatening not only our people, but the stability.
Even they threaten the people them towards that. Like how Salone, Salone people and tourists them. Now so they refer all kind way, all kind thing. They threaten you back say, if you not come on, this what they do now, this they do all kind thing. America all are here on that thing. They say, okay, no wait, slow patient, that time go reach. And then go happy about that. Sierra Leone has no station. I swear to God, I swear to God, the one who they talk about agenda 2020. Now wasted time they do. They all know, they all sabi, but I'll continue.
Of the entire region. And you also had, in addition to trafficking gigantic amounts of illegal drugs that inflicted untold suffering and human.
Then they transport the legal drugs which inflict the suffering of Venezuela. The suffering of Venezuela. You see? So now even Trump, he give each of them people a year where they meet now Venezuela. The soldiers, they close and give each of them $20,000. I think $20 million. Each one $20 million. You know what happened? What they do? Trump makes sure say all their families they pull them out of Venezuela, right? Before they take up this responsibility overnight, before they do one on it. They make sure say they pull them all at Venezuela, go to a different location. Right? Before they can do the next footing in Venezuela. Let's continue.
Destruction all over the country, all over in particular the United States. Maduro sent savage and murderous gangs, including the bloodthirsty prison gang, Tren de Aragua, to terrorize American communities nationwide. And he did indeed. They were in Colorado. They took over apartment complexes. They cut the fingers off people if they called police. They were brutal.
Is that divided? It Jews in people we call police. Una the police bad there, na Sierra Leone, una be careful. Una with the sense, una be careful. Where would they talk history and tomorrow una get for tell hey Malika be talk what una be careful. All them things here una do so, all things una do so, una be careful. And they say this times without number. Una be careful. All them things here una do so, every damn thing una do, una be careful. I don't talk soldier and all the institutions that una be careful. When the campaign come, hey, I swear to God, the International Criminal Court, you know they pick, you know. You know they say because you not pick, they go left you. No, what's involved towards the crime where they are against and go hold you. When you involved towards tampering of democracy, they go hold you. They don't know about picking when it comes to democracy. They don't sabi that one they go use all kind of means for make sure they trap all of the people they need. Be careful, right? So now we continue.
But then that's so brutal now, and I just have to congratulate our military, Pete, and everybody, and our National Guard, because the job that they've done, whether it's in Washington, D.C., where we have a totally safe city, where it was one of the most...
Right now, as you talk to Nigeria, America, hey, the law enforcement, they will actually pack, right? Maduro, the law enforcement. So anybody who engage with that drugs, whether you're not president, whether you're not caretaker, whether you're not this, whether you're that, I swear to God, they get you back outside. Now the law enforcement, I need to take you. So when we talk, you don't tell what they talk to. Madam, you be careful. Be careful. Madam, you do the needful thing. They don't give amnesty. Take up. Come on, bien IBK, Eklante. Come on, bien all in Big Bara. Where they talk to all in thing the way they talk to. Una come on, bien IBK, Eklante. No mean well towards the country. It gets something where they hide. It gets something where they keep. Where no one for make sure say the whole world know. It get that thing there. Where the whole world knows sabi. Where the international community don't know. They don't sabi. So it get that thing where in the hide. We don't tell una come bien IBK, Eklante, una come bien now. But at the end of the day, see look who side don't put na pames. In go hide na Nigeria. So we they call on the international community that and it's Bekuma made a bull na Nigeria le go Salone. We they call on the international community, the ECOWAS, the Commonwealth, the EU. In there and the fat find fat because some fat and the fat are different. Way fat outside you need beat you, need slap you. Some side the way fat as upon. They call them because they better slap. Yet actually, but when you go fat on side, we say you go for yeah, this guy is be fat. Then even they praise you to us the fat. So if he honest Bekuma go there, who say the fat, what the so-called progressive leader idiot bastard picking the praise them, right? Where they praise them totally entirely, we they call on the international community make Anis Bekuma come na Sierra Leone, make it can feel the heat of we all. Let Kana Sierra Leone, let Anis Bekuma know the under the fat. If the fat now they let Madam go to tell us what to make it fat, they slap and force for the fat to the fat. But not to we no more. Maybe say maybe so the fat for don't pay you, then can hold you, then go slap you, then go batting you, then go take all you, right? Because of the right to. Maybe say who say for fat, now they fat too. Right? So let insert again now that make we call on the international community. And it's Bekuma the under the Moka. Now in the pioneer and where the tukula, all the things them we might be one for Anuva and it's Bekuma and they call and say no, don't do so, no make this. Right? So let Inca Sierra Leone now. Right? Let Kana Sierra Leone. Koro one now. Una send for una Sierra Leone. Let Inca na Sierra Leone. Let Madam go the wuche go to Naba. Let una go the monitor. Or una take Anis Bekuma una go to na ICC. Una go tani. Una take Anis Bekuma. By force, because all of them bad things are what they do so. Trust me. Indian is Bekuma. Now they empower Madam. Now they tell us, oh, no, over. Oh, no, you. But you said self again, it what? Perhaps just know. We the trouble for don't partner now. Where the international community, they use the forceful, then they do the needful thing. And that's ending now you go say, you go Allah God. We go no the near. Right? You go Allah God. We go no the near. So, Sierra Leoneans, let me listen this one carefully. How the soldiers manage enter na Venezuela, right?
The catastrophic security failure that began with those closest to the Venezuelan leader, his own bodyguards. The question everyone is asking tonight is simple. How
the problem we up in Venezuela, it begins from what the presidential guard. It begins with the presidential guard. The difficulty where people they ask now Venezuela towards this one way happen. So the things will happen in Venezuela. So now we continue.
How did the United States pull this off? How did American special forces penetrate one of the most paranoid security apparatuses in the Western Hemisphere?
Yeah. how comes the United States security force penetrate na Venezuela where they do this kind of thing? How comes this na the 1 million question where the entire Venezuela, the entire world they admit how America manage penetrate na Venezuela where they don't secure themselves, one of the toughest security fence and one of the safest side where they don't secure themselves. How comes the forces for enter inside the what's not the cause?
The answer, according to sources close to the operation.
The answer, according to source, according to things that we get,
is as old as warfare itself. Betrayal from within.
Yeah. Betrayal from within. That means from themselves. Not from themselves, America passed through. All the tell us America powerful. America, if the one can salute, now Sierra Leone as the can salute, you come back, you talk to me. If you not me like, you talk to me. If not me like, you talk me, they confirm. If not kono, you talk kono. Any side so far away, you know, say that this tribe and I talk. In the culture, paying born America, born citizen, they're born in America. But in the culture and Sierra Leone, in the talk all kind of language, America get all of them quality. They get a quality. No continue.
Multiple intelligence sources are now.
Mind you, for anything way America they do, UK they follow. And when they pull Maduro, we expect say, oh UK go for make take all blah blah. UK follow. They endorse every damn thing which happen towards Venezuela. Yeah. So we don't understand. If you see America pull $1.5 million, UK not get no option, but rather than for Sokum toward that, where America say MC should not give, right? When it comes to the IMF, it comes to the UK, they are that side. They do World Bank, they only interfere, they all get them, but at the end of the day, America say, hey, MC should not give, they're back follow suit, right? The money where IMF say no give, that's how they say will support. When they say will not give, they say will support. UK then they for support anything America they call on. UK they in support of them, right?
Confirming that members of Maduro's personal security detail, the men tasked with protecting his life, were the ones who handed him over to American forces.
Yeah. The main man where they protect in life. Remember, somebody he said I copy Motaman for protecting life. Right? We know they left everything to God. He said I can't be Motaman. So the one way now where he say for protecting life, now I over Gasu. No continue.
These weren't low-level guards or perimeter security. These were elite bodyguards, hand-picked for their loyalty, trained to take a bullet for...
Handpick for loyalty. What do you mean by handpick? Then pull a monk in companies to Jamaica for waiting for the loyalty we get towards Maduro. So you mother you that this I tell you, you always feel say na a soldier man when we say lex so much. You always feel say lex so much when the time reach. I swear to God, I'm going to tell you, say, hey, Paddy, I be like you, but I swear to God, who said this thing don't issue me, I don't like you again. Right? Who said don't issue, I don't like you again. I make always with the kind of advice there. Now something we don't see, now something we don't the sense, now I make we always tell you. Hey, don't continue.
The president. Yet in the end, they took American money instead. Let's start with what we know about
the end the night take American money. Okay.
The timeline of events.
And they talk about the timeline of the event, the timeline. They get timeline. But all of them they go and tell them get timeline, but they're not published to the Venezuela people. They're not published to the world. Now they say, oh, they publish the timeline, or they publish the documents, or they publish how they want to do, not publish this. Now the timeline of Venezuela, the timeline of how for pull Maduro, right? Then get a timeline. They set up a timeline towards Maduro. Okay.
Approximately 1:45 a.m.
1:45 a.m. Now the timeline that one day.
Caracas time, Maduro was at a secure location in the capital. The exact address has not been disclosed, but sources indicate it was one of several safe houses used.
One of the safest house now the EBD. When them guys are not calculate the time, where they for take Maduro to now from the net before they do clean for take them, they get a timeline. Where they set up for between 5 o'clock, therefore don't do the mission. That now 4 from the time when they start until 4, therefore do all of the mission from America for come America now they do the side which side they take up now take come inside everything for be 4 o'clock for take Maduro now everything for be sharp 4 or neither 3 something therefore do everything they get a timeline where they set up. So now one of the safest side where we say Maduro alekili don't sleep. Post go na cancer see part to naga the camp I go tell the police you na about start picking. He go even talk that one day. Maybe say no what's about stop picking. But he go tell you say you about stop picking. You know to freeborn. He go even they tell you that one day, right? But at the end of the day, Maduro, one of the safest side, now they go root so. We America they go to so. Salone, usai.
By the president to avoid assassination attempts at any given time. At 2 a.m.
They avoid all of the assassination for saying the one for kill him, the one for whatever. Now make you go the one of the safest side. Now they go the.
The first explosions were heard across Caracas. These strikes, as we now know,
the 2 a.m. That are the first bomb with the Iba. First bomb with the Iba.
Were diversionary. While Venezuelan military forces scrambled to respond to attacks on Fort Tiuna and La Carlota airport.
When the Iba that bomb the security forces in Venezuela, they scramble, you know, they couldn't say them panic, and they don't know, you know, because it was something we don't expect. It make it happen. We don't expect you just the grab number before the you see just the see bomb the number, just the see number. So you know the thing, you know they expect how for start, how for attack. So they depend that in the day what can missile.
Smaller operation was unfolding elsewhere.
Small operation now in the use from that one day. What you?
A team of Delta Force operators transported by stealth helicopters.
They get a team of soldiers them. When they transport with the helicopters, when they bomb, so they get a team of soldiers them. When they transport them towards the helicopter, then they go directly outside Maduro. Now they didn't go. Why they want they when they focus on that they do XYZ. America.
Did near Maduro's location. Here's where the story takes its most dramatic turn. According to sources familiar with the operation, these American commandos did not have to fight their way in. They walked in. The outer perimeter guards had been told to stand down. Security cameras had been disabled. Alarm systems had been deactivated. When the Delta Force team reached Maduro's personal quarters, they found only 2 bodyguards still at their posts.
Yeah. When the guys go to Maduro in place, the safest side, you know, they enter right side. When they enter inside, then go meet 2 security guards them. Right? Then go meet them. When they meet them, they come, they pass them. So then one day that they survey, that they go at. You go out, you go up there, you come back, you say that so almost tell them.
And these men immediately surrendered without firing a single shot.
They surrender. They not fire 1 bullet. Let me continue.
The entire extraction took less than 12 minutes from landing to takeoff.
Yeah. The entire process, it takes 12 minutes for land now, for takeoff. For Sierra Leone, 12 minutes. You reach one day. You reach 1 hour. 12 minutes, you not get 30 minutes. For landing and for takeoff, Maduro. 12 minutes. Salone, even Pokete, not even 1 minute. Pokete, seconds, not a minute, seconds. I see the clock they make so bang, they don't pull Madame, they don't take up. If you don't want the day, say today, Madame 9 day. I swear to God, more by to go sorted, I'll go sorted and play. Or sorted to the more you don't know sorted to back. Right? So now we continue. Right?
Maduro and his wife were aboard an American aircraft before Venezuelan military command even understood what was happening.
Yeah. But that 12 minutes they wouldn't take. They take Maduro, then they take it west, then go to before the entire military of Venezuela. Before they notice. Madame, play, or stars, or to chess or the factor. But I will tell you, no side, no day, Madame. Passively say no wakao, but the guys are be all till. Ask Maduro. Maduro ask away one sleep. 7 houses. When are one of the safest side. 7 houses. Where ready for sleep. Nobody know you know the house where they sleep. 7. Just 12 minutes. 12 minutes, then you go take up. 7 houses. Remember where they sleep. One of the safest house. If you bomb the now you know no more if you bomb. Then daddy they make that house the one of you know they make their houses the day 7 houses. So for make it be foreigner, for make it be somebody where they can't on a country, you go no say this person a they sleep. He just go there for 50 for just 12 minutes. Can you imagine? Per 7 houses them. He go let first for Akawaka first. Who's this? They open. Oh, you know the okay, look go under. They open, not the look go under. So say when I go there they say no clean. No killing, firing take place. But that in just 12 hours now they take for locate, for sabi, for land, for take an hour, for go up, now 12 complete minutes now they take.
By the time Defense Minister Vladimir Pedrino Lopez realized the president was missing, the helicopters were already crossing into international airspace.
Yeah. Before the head of military, they are we are say Maduro here in the West, no, they out of the country. Remember? Like where you don't tell us you goodbye you tomorrow morning we go see. Before they clean now, where they go watch now that person they say, hey, that person don't go America. When I happy to us Maduro. Before the military boss, the head of the military, before they are we are say, oh, we president they don't can take up. Oh, we president wife they don't can take up. Totally entirely, it don't come out of Venezuela. It did out of Venezuela now year space. It did now in America year space. Just that 15 minutes. Just that 12 minutes.
So how did the United States flip Maduro's bodyguards? The answer lies in a sophisticated intelligence operation.
Now it tell you how comes the United States enter towards Maduro in security, how they manage come inside towards them. No continue.
That began more than a year ago.
Started more than a year ago. Remember? They started more than a year ago. Diplomacy. Now they talk. Hey, more than a year ago. Now they started. Not what you do. It don't say where they start when they want Maduro. We don't take election. Party man get this election. Yeah, come up here this election. No, I need the police. I need the soldier. Hey, left get this election. Not to you win them. Come up behind these drugs. I even that. That's okay. Et c'est regarder là-bas. C'est continue. At the end of the day, we're ready. Just 12 minutes. I'll continue.
Operatives working through the CIA and Defense Intelligence Agency had been systematically studying Maduro's security apparatus, looking for vulnerabilities.
Yeah. Somebody would work in a CIA, right? Security agency. It then at Venezuela, they monitor the securities of Maduro. They monitor it. They mass. When they mass, they monitor it all over. At the end of the day, they achieve their goal.
Plenty. Maduro's bodyguards, despite their elite status, were facing the same economic hardships as ordinary Venezuelans.
What they do? They find out say one of the soldiers them where Maduro will get, and they get problem where in West sick. Forgot an hospital, but you not get the upper hand for making men too much. So they don't make you get number one exhibitor toko. Don't facing this man about. This man get problem. But don't face never don't solve that problem. Won't solve that problem. It totally entirely it go abide and also show you the secret of this thing. So now they didn't begin.
Their salaries paid in worthless bolivars.
The salary they pay the worst. Salone's police and so they pay the worst. But you know when we see them they be full to us, madam. You even those for gonna state I like them go to fresh. You know that one they go share the other they go to fresh. Now that no more no problem.
Couldn't buy basic necessities. Meanwhile, they watched as Maduro and his inner circle lived in luxury, flying to Cuba for medical care while Venezuela.
So this security, it varies because Maduro, they fly every side where they're sick, then they move in family, they're sick, then they move out of Venezuela. But the issue why them people that they monitor Maduro and also the security then go towards that because the country big and it's not happening. The military train go and get, they compare with Sierra Leone. What they say, if he America ready for Canada, I don't know ask nobody. I don't know talk to nobody. Then they carry out today, then take Madabio today. Then that they graduate they wouldn't get. They know say Madabio day. They know they miss some. Then they use have two soldier man and nobody they use. Then they take Madabio. But look at the biggest country. Way big past Salone. I think Salone they enter inside Venezuela. On if you not to 15 times past God. The entire inside Venezuela, it's not happening. When it comes to the security, is able. So say now Salone population. When it comes to the security, the entire security, so say now the entire Salone population, right? For make that guy they go yonder, Trump he just enforce yonder just for 82 soldiers that then go get Maduro out, right?
And hospitals lacked basic supplies. The resentment was deep and
we continue.
In particular, who seemed susceptible to recruitment. The first was a senior member of the presidential security team, a man in his late 30s who had been with Maduro for over 6 years. He had
waited with Maduro for over 6 years when Maduro believing. Over 6 years. they make sure say they meet him.
Sick daughter who needed medical treatment unavailable in Venezuela.
Young girl picking, it be need medical treatment in Venezuela. It be need them, but you know you will get them, right?
Despite his position, he couldn't get her the care she needed.
Despite the position where they would Maduro, you know get that money, but all the oil, all that thing, Maduro not get that money for make sure say that's going to be okay. Despite that one day, look at you.
The second was a younger guard, ambitious and frustrated by the lack of advancement opportunities in a system based entirely on political loyalty rather than merit. He had watched less competent officers promoted over him simply because of their family connections. The third was a veteran security official who had served under Hugo Chavez and had grown
the veteran security. We serve, okay,
disillusioned with what he saw as Maduro's betrayal of Chavez's vision. He believed Maduro was a usurper who had destroyed Venezuela for personal gain.
Yeah. He believed Maduro, but he watched the progress of Venezuela. He said, "Bo, Maduro, I believe him. But if this man will left, I go destroy Venezuela to the I just speak today, would that police, would that soldier man, would that head of the soldier, that head of the police, would that guy where they would Madabi, where they close to Madabi, would that person where they would where today go watch a ping the sake of the country. Today they don't ban way for go to America, right? They don't ban way, and they about for out to Sierra Leone borders, and they about for ban way back again Europe. When America ban, Europe they follow. England they follow. So they about for ban way, they about for Lego embargo ban to us way. So what are you? Let we fight for the country. Let we forget about any other table rather than for fight for the country. Who that deal with Madabu as a caucus, we go tell her that thing. Who that? But inside Venezuela, they watch on that thing and they all they support. They watch all of the day they support. But Salone today, the soldier they do with Madabu, police they with Madabu, the civil society them they with Madabu, the evil society, some of them they deal with Madabu. And when they come back again to the unprogressive leader of the APC, agenda 2028, they deal with Madabu. The parliament they deal with Madabu. The judiciary they deal with Madabu. Or 90% of the institutions they deal with Madabu. When they come to the Sierra Leone, right? But look, somebody where they with Maduro. When I close and I mentor, now everything at the end of this, Venezuela bigger than Maduro.
Making contact with these men required patience and extraordinary care. The approach came through intermediaries. In one case, a former colleague who had defected years earlier. In another, contact was made through a family member living abroad. The initial conversations were vague, testing the waters. Would the individual be willing to simply provide information? What about their concerns for Venezuela's future? Only gradually did the conversations turn to more concrete proposals.
When they hold this meeting, they get a confirmation towards the United States. What in our own future tomorrow towards Venezuela? What in our own future? They asked that one day. So America assured them the future towards Venezuela tomorrow, right?
The Americans were offering life-changing sums of money. We're talking about packages worth between $10 and $20 million per person.
Yeah.
But more
$10, $20 million per each person. $10, $20 million per each person. Now, in they give them. Saloya, they go pull $20 million. They say that they give them, then so the man, they are so to they run. For what goal, but you right now, you get $20 million right now. The rush say ya, una have the power. $20 million they get right now. According to I don't right now. But money don't left for bribe don't left for the all. So for make them securities and they wait for C1 Leone a month, for C2 Leone a month. Then go put $20 million. They say, hey, una share it. Even though Iboku safe, make them just say $1.5 billion for each one where they towards that as well to 91. Look what you do, Venezuela, one of the biggest countries. Now continue.
More importantly, they were offering something these men couldn't buy at any price: escape from Venezuela and a future for their families. The bodyguard with the sick daughter was promised immediate medical evacuation for his child to a hospital in the United States.
Paolo, they don't talk so. The one way in picking the sick, right? The bodyguard way in picking the sick. What do America do? They take the picking directly, then go to America for go men up. Immediate effect, they say, well, let we take you picking, let we go to America, but look, men force. Let you know now say this na kankama, right? What they say, toys, right? Toys kankama, na go, they say, no come for no go men force picking force, and see picking well no go men are force, right?
With all expenses covered for life. The ambitious guard was offered American citizenship, a new identity, and financial security.
Yeah. They offer them new identity, financial security, all the things that they would stay in America. All the
The disillusioned Chavez loyalist was told he could live out his days in peace, knowing he had helped free Venezuela from tyranny. But money and promises weren't enough. These men needed proof that the United States was serious and
simple, right? What they're not just believing, see, because of America. They'll talk. Hey, when they don't talk so, they don't call the money. Yes, they say they go to pick it for government. Yes, then you stay in America. Yes, but that one you don't know for what you want for see prove what you want talk so. If in a two. Indeed, you know they do have for we. Well, get that proof the first. Before they can't root MADURO force, the explanation they have for they don't pass force, king force, all before they set up the plan. Before America, they can spend just 12 minutes for take up a whole president in a country, right? And the one the way on the mission, the number cool. The one the way on the mission, the number cool. America that they set up no more than team. Then the team that the entire Venezuela spend set up send investigation team na Venezuela for over 1 to 2 years. They na Venezuela for even the check up no more, even the watch no more. They did it before next when they get their soldiers here. They don't know say that their soldiers here that they would go when no penetrate towards them. No would go. They don't know now the soldiers they know say this is a open scripture there. Now this all them would they can they go first. Now they go not first. Or now they go first and get all the things that they will continue.
Capable of protecting them after the operation. So the Americans did something
and got out for protect them out after the operation. America will take
extraordinary. They extracted the families first. Over a period of several months, the wives and children of these 3 bodyguards were quietly moved out of Venezuela.
Is that diplomatic work? But all other people that don't believe them, they say, well, what you go make sure you believe to what you do? What you do? They take their families, then pull them out of Venezuela for complete 7 months first. See? But do they pass? If it's everything okay? For take first the family, then first so part of the Huawei go spend 1 year for investigate and get all the right source. After that, when they don't agree, then take 7 good months. The people that they pull them, then one day let's go to the mama, the papa, the auntie them, the uncle, the grandpiki them did that, then pull them out of the country for complete 7 months first they did out of the country. Now continue.
Some left on commercial flights under false pretenses. Others were smuggled across the border into Colombia. By the time the operation began, these families were already safe in undisclosed locations.
Yeah. Before next, when they don't cross now Colombia, don't go. Before then they start the operation, the family they don't be safe first. Everything don't be safe. Their family don't be safe.
With their families.
We might have the list in it. The answer to God. I'm not how you feel. Hey, I say, hey, when would I be done with a goal even something? I saw to we can. Moriba, we don't hold to so well we would talk. Because nothing no go stop we for me to not talk. The international community, then they once a whole PRO una hold them. The international community, right? So Sierra Leoneans today, if you Fatima view, they all list this one. Schengen, they all if they list this one today. No anyway, but Kuma don't go sleep today. Now they don't go sleep again. Na night here if na so dem call them because me no go school. Me family please.
Sure, and millions of dollars in escrow accounts waiting for them. The bodyguards agreed to cooperate, but the plan required more than just 3 men. A successful extraction would need coordination across multiple layers of security.
Yeah. The entire plan no need Bokuman. Now only just 3 men. Just 3 people them. With their family, where they don't pull. Just 3 people them. Inside the mission now, just 3 of them. Now they need to. Big country like Venezuela, 3. I know they need the army, they need the town soldier, they will take all America, for what they call the Lukuna. That American embassy way when this issue. Then soldier they wouldn't get so they don't do for massacre the entire Salone army. Then one they do this issue. Now Boku talk the deeper.
The 3 recruits were asked to identify other guards who might be sympathetic.
Then recruit the 3 people them. Until the one the way they don't talk so the 3 people them plus the 3 then are 6. So they need another 3 now in the talk so. They need 3 people that means everything 6. No continue.
Network grew carefully and slowly. By the time the operation was ready to execute, at least 8 members of Maduro's security detail were compromised.
Before the mission they start, when they don't recruit, then 3 people before the mission they start, Maduro amendment them towards the money, other things they do every Maduro amendment them. 8 of them, they don't compromise already. They don't join America already. That was America.
Active participants who would facilitate the American.
Saddam Hussein, ask Gaddafi. They say Gaddafi don't want to make you go die in our country. Where die in our country? Una ask them.
Insertion. Others simply agreed to look the other way at critical moments. A few were told nothing but given instructions that would keep them away from their posts at the crucial time. The operation almost didn't happen. There were several false starts when Maduro changed his schedule or location unexpectedly.
Right? Look what you do, America. Look what you do.
Time updates on the president's location and the disposition of security forces. He confirmed how many guards were present, where they were positioned, and most critically, which ones were part of the plan.
After that again, the one them way know the plan, the starting of the plan, where they don't plan over a year ago, 10 to 7 months ago again. After the year they join, put back another 7 months. That means 17 months. I mean 1 year 7 months, right? All that plan they went, that plan they go. Trust me, they don't identify who that they with them, who that know they with them. So they TNAP America, they don't indicate you how do they come for say so person now so thing they with you. This one know they with you. This one know what you go. Una listing, let una understand what happened. When they don't do the mission, what happened? Okay.
Delta Force team received the final green light. They knew exactly what they were walking into.
They don't receive the green light to the people who didn't say, "Una come, that man don't sleep. That man don't sleep. Come."
The actual operation was clinical in its execution. The outer security perimeter simply melted away as guards who had been paid off abandoned their posts or claimed they saw nothing. The American
one way they at the hotel goal, they abandoned the post. It showed like say nothing not happened.
moved through the building, encountering no resistance. When they reached Maduro's quarters, the president was apparently asleep. He woke to find American special forces in his bedroom and his own bodyguards standing aside.
Yeah, after that again, when they reached Maduro place, right? As he then reached inside the special force a day not the place. Why is the America force the day not the place? In security, Maduro in security, the day in the place.
There are conflicting reports about Maduro's reaction. Some sources say he immediately understood he had been betrayed and went quietly. Others claim he initially thought it was a training exercise or a test of his...
Yeah, so the other one, they say, when Maduro they wake up, if they think say they don't betray up. The other way around, if they think say no, not they need the people at the park. Can you imagine that too? Now Maduro they full so it is stupid so pass by. Is that they okay? No continue.
Security team. One particularly dramatic account suggests he tried to appeal to his bodyguards' loyalty, reminding them of their oaths and the trust he had placed in them. If true, his words fell on deaf ears. These men had already made their choice. The extraction itself was textbook special operations work. Maduro and his wife were flex-cuffed, hooded, and carried to the waiting helicopters.
Yeah. From there, they take Maduro near the west. Remember? Meet him. Here, America back. They get power. Una meet una compete. Il est pas bon yo na net. Una sabi now. That 4 o'clock you. Hey. Now this man way see babsa. That 4 o'clock you so man no dey play with am. I don't say we be say we know that if I will say we now go back we but the one way that 4 o'clock you cha. Now the Americans say, "Bo fuck off." These folk look at on Tamino. That much go to go flight and carry the waiting flight and the water, right? So
the entire team was airborne within minutes. By the time the rest of Maduro's security apparatus realized something was wrong, it was far too late to respond. What's particularly striking about this operation is how
Maduro in your security we are see something wrong.
thoroughly the Americans had penetrated Maduro's inner circle. These weren't peripheral figures or distant associates. These were men who stood next to the president every day, who knew his routines, his fears, his secrets. The fact that they could be turned speaks to the complete erosion of loyalty within the regime. It also reveals something important about the nature of authoritarian rule. Maduro's security didn't fail because of technological superiority or military overwhelming force.
We are the pack for man. We not see dollar. Then go get $20 million. You say now, can you imagine? Each one not say Bobo Jamao for say all these $20 million. One $20 million. Then take your entire family from don't go up. They say hey una komoya. We go give una stay. We go give una this. The man go consider una. Either they talk to themselves. We like consider hey. Now you have to wake up. The stranger them wake up for pull the dog.
It failed because the system he built was fundamentally hollow. Loyalty purchased through fear and patronage is not.
I tell madam you have to very be careful, right? Hey, for push. They get one.
Loyalty at all.
Okay.
When a better offer comes along, it evaporates. The bodyguards who betrayed Maduro made a rational calculation. They looked at their options and chose survival and prosperity over continued service to a failing regime. They knew Venezuela was collapsing. They knew Maduro's grip on power was weakening. They knew that eventually there would be a reckoning. The Americans simply offered them a way out before. Now the question becomes, where are these bodyguards now? According to sources, they were extracted along with the American team. They're now in protective custody.
So after they don't do all the mission, and they take them bodyguards there, we help them for do this mission, and they say, "Pauna logo." If we left now, so say they go pass a kilo now. No wonder one day. Well, what do they do? Logo to the force. They take it, they go there.
Being debriefed by intelligence officials. Eventually, they'll be relocated under new identities. Okay. Their promised payments delivered. Their families kept safe.
Okay.
For them, betraying Maduro was the beginning of a new life. For Maduro, it was the end. The man who survived coup attempts.
Yes. So they say for betraying Maduro, he said that the good life towards them. Right? Man will survive so many coup attempts. We survive. You know how many coup attempts where they don't go where they also do all kind of things. We survive. Right? So then say for betrayal now. They're so happy. You know, now the new life that one day. Then gladly it was that for betraying Maduro and for safeguard the Venezuela, it said that the good things that one day for them, right?
Nation plots and years of international pressure was undone not by his.
This now advice to everybody waiting for election. For tell you say then they take an ayana. Or continue.
His enemies, but by his own guards. The irony is almost Shakespearean. He trusted these men with his life, and they sold it for the price the Americans were willing to pay.
Thank you. Sierra Leoneans, this time message. Una stay blessed and God bless now. This una the supporters of the so-called unprogressive. Una don't listen. Agenda 20 idiots, una don't listen. SLPP supporters, una don't listen. So this now a message. Now warning for una the SLPP supporters. And this now warning for una where they na state house, where they na state lodge. For tell una say where America, where see they don't put out say the investigation must be actionable and implementable. And they don't tell you that clearly say our own indicative report. Then the implement are full. So you wait in a state house, you what call well, remember say what happened na Venezuela, it is about to happen na Sierra Leone. This na my message, long time, Kadabai. This na APC Malika.